Hey everyone, welcome back to English Podcast for You, your favorite cozy corner on the internet to listen to easy, natural English conversations. I'm Leo.
And I'm Lily. Before we jump into today's topic, we both just want to pause for a second and say thank you.
Yeah, truly, thank you so much for pressing play today. Whether you're listening while taking a walk, doing the dishes, driving to work, or just relaxing with a cup of tea in hand, we're so happy you're spending a piece of your day with us.
It honestly means the world to us. Every single week when we sit down at these microphones and see your beautiful comments from all over the globe, it makes this little space feel like a real community.
And you know, Lily and I were actually talking about this right before we hit record. Sometimes when you're learning a language, it feels like you're not making progress, right? You sit down, you listen to a podcast, and your brain feels a little tired.
Oh, totally. I feel that every time I try to practice my Spanish. You listen for 20 minutes and think, did I actually learn anything or did my brain just fall asleep?
Exactly. But here's the secret. Listening is a real active skill. Even when it feels effortless or passive, your brain is absorbing sentence structures, rhythm, natural pauses, and subtle tones.
Yes, so give yourself some credit today. Every minute you listen, your English is growing deeper, even if it's happening quietly under the surface.
So drop a comment right now and tell us where in the world are you listening from today? And what's one small win you've had in English recently? We love reading every single one.
Okay, Leo, before we dive into today's main topic, why do you have 3 shiny, colorful greeting cards sitting on your desk right now?
Oh man, you noticed? I was trying to hide them behind my laptop.
Leo, they're literally glowing under the studio lights. What's going on? Are you secretly getting married?
What? No, absolutely not. No wedding announcements for me today, Lily.
Disappointing. I was already planning my outfit. So, what are the cards for?
Well, this month has just been crazy. It feels like every single person in my life is having a huge life event all at once.
Oh, I know that feeling. Life comes in waves like that, doesn't it?
Yes, like literally within the last 2 weeks, my cousin got married in Scotland, my best friend from high school had a baby girl, and my brother and his wife just bought their very first house and moved in on Saturday.
Wow, that is a lot of life happening all in one fortnight.
Right? It's wonderful, obviously. I'm thrilled for them, truly so happy. But yesterday, I sat down at my kitchen table with these 3 blank cards and a pen, and my mind just went completely blank.
The dreaded blank greeting card syndrome.
Exactly. I held the pen for 10 minutes thinking, how do I actually express how happy I am for them without just writing, congrats, cool job, 3 times in a row?
Oh, that is so relatable. Expressing genuine, heartfelt congratulations in another language, or even in your native language, can feel surprisingly tricky.
It really is, because when someone achieves a major milestone, you want your words to feel warm, personal, and real. You don't want to sound like an automated text message or a formal email from a bank.
And that's why today's episode is all about celebrating success and major life moments. We're going to talk about how to congratulate people on weddings, new babies, and housewarmings, how to make your words sound natural, and how to share in someone else's joy.
Plus, as always, stick around until the second half of the episode for our favorite feature, the Calm Word Tour, where we break down the key vocabulary and idioms we use today so you can add them to your daily English.
Okay, let's start with weddings, because weddings are, well, they're emotional, aren't they?
They really are. My cousin's wedding photos just came through on our family group chat yesterday. Seeing them stand under the trees in Scotland, looking at each other, man, I got a little teary-eyed.
Aw, Leo, you softy.
Hey, I admit it, I'm a sucker for love. But seriously, when someone gets married, it feels like they're officially closing one door and opening another. It's the ultimate start of a brand new chapter.
Chapter. That is such a beautiful word to use for life events. When you tell someone, I hope this next chapter is filled with joy, it feels so much deeper than just saying, Happy Wedding Day.
Right, because a chapter in a book implies a long story full of adventures, challenges, growth, and shared memories.
So tell me, when you finally started writing in your cousin's wedding card, what did you actually write? Or did you just stare at the paper until your tea got cold?
Okay, full honesty, the tea did get cold first, but then I took a deep breath and wrote something like, I am so incredibly thrilled for you both, wishing you a lifetime of laughter, patience, and good food.
Oh, I love that. Thrilled for you. Let's pause on that phrase for a second, because native speakers use it all the time when celebrating good news.
Yeah, instead of just saying, I am very happy for you, saying, I am thrilled for you carries so much natural energy and emotion. Thrilled means excited, happy, and genuinely delighted all wrapped into one.
Yes, like if your friend calls you on the phone and says, Lily, we decided to get married. You don't say, oh, I am happy. No, you gasp and say, oh my gosh, I am so thrilled for you.
Right, tone is everything. You have to match the emotion of the moment.
But you know what's interesting about big events like weddings, Leo? Sometimes, as guests or friends, we get so caught up in the stress of it. The travel, buying a gift, wearing nice clothes.
Trying to make sure your tie isn't crooked.
Exactly. But at the core of it, a wedding isn't about the fancy cake or the venue. It's simply about two people saying, hey, I choose you for the rest of the journey.
That's so true. My brother was telling me how overwhelmed he felt during his own wedding a few years ago. He said there were so many people coming up to him saying formal things like, accept my congratulations.
Oof, accept my congratulations. Sounds like a sentence from an 18th century novel.
Exactly. He said it felt like he was receiving business letters all night. But then one of his oldest friends just gave him a huge bear hug and whispered, I just really wish you well, man. You deserve all of this.
Wow, that phrase, I wish you well, it's so simple, but when said with sincerity, it hits right in the heart.
It really does. It means you are sending genuine love, peace, and hope into their future. You aren't judging their choices or performing for social etiquette. You're just standing beside them as a friend.
You know, in English, we also often say, wishing you both the very best. It's warm, easy to pronounce, and works in both formal speech and casual cards.
Absolutely. So, if you're ever stuck writing a wedding card in English, write down, so thrilled for you both as you begin this new chapter. Wish you well on this beautiful journey. Boom! Simple, emotional, and perfectly natural.
Okay, now let's move on to card number 2 on your desk, the baby card.
Ah, yes. My friend Mark and his partner Sarah just welcomed a little girl named Maya.
Aw, little Maya. How are the parents doing? Are they surviving on 2 hours of sleep?
Barely. Mark texted me a photo yesterday at 3 a.m. holding a tiny bottle with dark circles under his eyes, but he had the biggest, happiest smile on his face.
Oh, that newborn phase, it's such a crazy mix of absolute exhaustion and overwhelming love.
It really is. Becoming a parent is probably one of the biggest milestones a human being can experience.
Milestone. That's our second target word today. Leo, how would you describe what a milestone is to someone learning English?
A milestone is like a major marker on the road of life. Think of life as a long highway. A milestone isn't just an everyday event like buying groceries or catching a bus. It's a significant turning point like graduating, getting your first real job, buying a home, getting married, or having a child.
I love that image of a highway. Passing a milestone means your life will never quite be the exact same as it was before.
Exactly. And when someone has a baby, you're not just congratulating them on an event, you're acknowledging that their entire identity is expanding. They are entering a completely new life chapter.
So tell me, did you write something funny or something serious in Mark's card?
A bit of both. I wrote, Welcome to the world, Maya. So thrilled for you guys on this incredible milestone. Get some sleep whenever you can.
Perfect. A touch of real emotion mixed with a practical joke about sleep deprivation. That's how real friends talk. You know, Leo, one thing I notice with English learners when someone announces big news like a baby or a wedding is they freeze up because they worry about grammar.
Oh, yeah. They sit there thinking, should I use the present perfect or the simple past? Is it congratulations for or congratulations on?
Quick tip for everyone listening right now. It is congratulations on. Congratulations on your wedding. Congratulations on the new baby. Congratulations on your new home.
Yes, memorize that simple pairing, congratulations on. But honestly, even if you just smile, give someone a warm hug, and say, I am so happy for you, that connection matters 10 times more than perfect grammar.
Exactly. Language is about connection, not perfection. When you share joy with someone, they won't remember if you misplaced a preposition. They will remember how you made them feel.
Man, that is so true, Lily. That actually leads us right into card number 3 on my desk. My brother's housewarming party this weekend.
Ooh, housewarming. I love housewarmings. There's nothing like the smell of fresh paint and new beginnings.
Fresh paint, cardboard boxes everywhere, and trying to figure out which box actually holds the coffee maker.
Priorities. Coffee box always gets labeled in giant red marker first. But seriously, buying a house or moving into a new place, that's such a massive step. It's literally building a sanctuary for your life.
Yeah, my brother and his wife worked so hard for this. They saved up for years, gave up vacations, cooked at home almost every single night. So walking into their new living room on Saturday just felt incredible.
That makes the moment so much sweeter, doesn't it? When you know how much effort went into reaching that milestone.
Absolutely. So when I was holding that third card, the housewarming card, I wanted to capture that feeling. I didn't want to just write, nice house.
Nice walls, good roof, 10 out of 10.
Exactly. Way too boring. So I wrote, so thrilled for you both as you make this place your own. May your new home be filled with warm meals, endless laughter, and amazing memories. Wish you well in this exciting new chapter.
Aw, Leo, that is honestly beautiful. Make this place your own. That phrase hits right home because a house is just bricks and wood until you fill it with your life.
Right. And you know, housewarming traditions are so interesting across different cultures. In English, we call it a housewarming, which literally comes from the old idea of bringing fire or warmth into a new home so it feels welcoming.
Yes, and people often bring practical gifts like a plant, bread and salt, or something nice for the kitchen. But mentally, what you're really giving them is your support and good energy.
Exactly. So whether it's a wedding, a newborn baby, or a housewarming party, notice how all 3 of these big life events share the same core feelings: love, growth, and hope for the future.
It really shows that even though the situation changes, the language we use to connect with people stays wonderfully warm and simple. You don't need fancy, complicated words to make someone feel seen and celebrated.
That's such a relief for language learners to hear, honestly. You don't need a degree in literature to write a meaningful message in a card or say something kind in person.
Not at all. Just sticking to simple, genuine expressions like, I'm so thrilled for you, or I wish you well on this new chapter sounds so natural and heartwarming.
Plus, it saves you from staring at a blank card for 20 minutes while your tea gets cold like I did.
A very important practical benefit. But speaking of celebrating success, Leo, what about smaller everyday wins? Because life isn't only made of huge events like weddings and new houses.
Ooh, that is such a good point, Lily. What about when a friend gets a job promotion, passes a tough exam, or even just finishes a project they've been stressing over for months?
Yes! How do we celebrate those moments naturally without sounding too dramatic?
Well, for things like a job promotion or passing an exam, the tone shifts slightly from sentimental to energetic. You might say something like, you worked so hard for this, I knew you could do it, or you totally killed it.
You killed it. Such a classic casual idiom. For any of our listeners who haven't heard that before, you killed it or you crushed it simply means you did an absolutely amazing job.
Right. Don't worry, no actual harm was done. It's purely a big compliment. Like if your friend gives a great presentation at work and comes back to their desk, you can whisper, "Slain. You crushed that presentation."
But what if someone is having a big personal achievement that isn't work-related? Like, say, keeping up a daily habit for a whole month, or finally having a tough conversation they were scared to have.
Man, those quiet personal wins are sometimes the hardest ones to achieve. For those, I love saying, "I'm so proud of you." Simple, direct, and incredibly powerful.
I'm proud of you. Hearing those 4 words from a friend can literally turn someone's entire week around. It shows you noticed their quiet effort.
It really does. And going back to learning English, every single person listening to this podcast right now is working on a personal win.
Yes, pressing play, staying focused, tuning your ear to real conversations, that is a milestone in your learning journey, whether it feels huge today or not.
Exactly. So if nobody has told you today, we are so proud of you for showing up for your English today.
Truly, you're doing the work, and every single step counts towards your next big chapter.
You know, Lily, thinking about all these celebrations makes me realize how much we rely on body language and facial expressions when congratulating someone in person.
Oh, 100%. When you say congratulations in person, your face does half the talking. A big smile, open shoulders, maybe a hug or a firm handshake, it immediately communicates your warmth before you even finish your sentence.
Right. If you say, "I'm so thrilled for you," with a blank face and your arms crossed, people are going to think you're secretly planning their downfall.
Congratulations on your promotion. Yeah, that sounds like a movie villain preparing a trap.
Exactly. So match your vocal energy and facial expression with your words. Let that genuine happiness shine through.
But what about when you can't be there in person? What if you're sending a voice message or a text to a friend who lives in another country?
Voice messages are my absolute favorite for that. Text messages sometimes feel a bit flat or distant, but sending a quick 15-second voice note lets them hear the genuine excitement in your voice.
Yes, you can literally hear the smile through the phone. Something like, "Hey, I just heard the news. I am so thrilled for you. We need to celebrate when I see you next."
Perfect. Short, sweet, full of life, and completely natural.
It's funny how language works, isn't it? When we feel deep emotions, whether it's joy for a friend's wedding or excitement for their new house, we sometimes worry that our English isn't advanced enough to match how big the emotion feels inside.
That is a very human fear. But the magic of communication is that sincerity always translates. The right intention carried by simple, clear words will always connect deeply with the person listening.
Absolutely. So never let the fear of making a small mistake hold you back from reaching out and celebrating someone you care about.
Well said, Lily. Well said. Now, speaking of celebrating, shouldn't we take a closer look at these core words we've been weaving through our conversation today?
Yes, I think it's time for everyone's favorite part of the show, our calm, relaxing deep dive into vocabulary, so you can start using them with confidence.
Ah, yes. Welcome to our Calm Word Tour. This is where we slow down the tempo, take a comfortable breath, and unpack the key phrases and vocabulary from today's episode so you can start using them with confidence.
I love this part of our chat. It's like taking a peaceful walk back through everything we just talked about. No pressure, no tests, just letting the words sink in naturally.
Exactly. So let's start with our very first target phrase of the day. Thrilled for you.
Thrilled for you. As we mentioned earlier, thrilled means extremely excited and happy. So when you say, "I am thrilled for you," you are saying, "I am sharing your happiness with all my heart."
Right. Instead of just saying a flat, "I am happy for you," using thrilled adds warmth and energy. For example, if your friend texts you saying they passed their driving test, you can reply, "Oh wow, I am so thrilled for you."
Let's say that one together out loud if you're in a place where you can speak. Listen and repeat. I am thrilled for you.
Beautiful. Now, let me throw a sentence your way, Lily. How would you use thrilled for you in everyday life?
Suppose my coworker tells me she got accepted into her dream university program. I'd look at her and say, that is amazing news. I am honestly so thrilled for you.
Perfect. It sounds so genuine and supportive.
Now let's move on to our second target word, milestone.
Ah, milestone. Such a great word. A milestone is an important event or a major point of progress in a person's or life's career.
Think of it like a signpost on a long highway. You pass 10 miles, 20 miles, but then you reach a huge marker that says new chapter. That's a milestone.
Yes. Examples of major milestones include graduating, getting married, buying a home, having a child, or even starting your own business.
Or in language learning, reaching the point where you can listen to a whole 20-minute English podcast without needing subtitles, that is a massive milestone. Don't minimize those quiet wins.
So, an example sentence would be, buying their first home was a huge milestone for their family.
Repeat that key word with us, milestone.
It feels strong and solid, doesn't it? Milestone.
Definitely. Now, let me ask you, Leo, what's our third phrase for today?
Our third phrase is wish you well.
Wish you well. This is such a kind, heartfelt phrase. When you wish someone well, you are sending them goodwill, blessings, and positive hopes for their future.
Exactly. It's very versatile, too. You can use it when someone is starting a new job, moving to a new city, or embarking on a long journey. You can say, we are going to miss you, but we truly wish you well on this new adventure.
Yes, or in a greeting card for a wedding or housewarming, like Leo wrote earlier. I wish you well as you build your life together. It's simple, warm, and deeply respectful.
Let's practice that rhythm together. Wish you well.
It almost sounds like a quiet blessing when you say it gently. I wish you well.
And that brings us to our fourth target word, chapter.
Chapter. Now, of course, we all know a chapter is a section of a book, but when we talk about life, a chapter represents a specific phase or period in your journey.
Exactly. Life isn't just one continuous line, it's a book filled with different stories. When you finish school, that chapter closes. When you start a new job or get married, a brand new chapter begins.
I love using this word because it reminds us that even if a previous chapter was hard, the next page is completely blank and ready to be written.
That is such a comforting thought, Lily. A sentence you might hear is, starting a new job in a different city was the beginning of an exciting new chapter in her life.
Listen and repeat. Chapter.
So let's do a quick recap of our 4 main focus words for today. Thrilled for you. Feeling deeply happy and excited on someone else's behalf. Milestone, a significant event or turning point in life. Wish you well, expressing sincere goodwill and positive hopes for someone. And chapter, a distinct period or stage in a person's life journey.
Notice how naturally all 4 of these fit together. You could literally put them into one beautiful message. I am so thrilled for you as you hit this major milestone. I wish you well in this exciting new chapter.
Wow, Lily, look at you weaving all 4 target words into one single perfect sentence.
Hey, I've been practicing.
Clearly. But seriously, to everyone listening right now, don't feel like you need to memorize 50 new vocabulary words every single day. Pick 2 or 3 phrases that touch your heart. Practice saying them out loud and try using them in the comments below.
Yes, practice is where language comes alive. Write us a comment using one of today's focus words. Tell us about a recent milestone in your life, or write a warm message to a friend. We read every single comment.
And remember, every single minute you spend listening to real, natural English, your brain is building connections. You are growing, learning, and stepping closer to fluency one day at a time.
We are so grateful to be a small part of your English journey. Thank you for spending your valuable time with us today.
Take care of your English, Take care of yourselves and keep celebrating the big and small wins in your life.
Until next time, keep listening, keep practicing, and stay curious.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye, friends. See you in the next episode.